Welcome everybody to day 7. We're getting into this now. Day 7 of the Monster Mash movie marathon. Today's film is The Mummy, starring Boris Karloff. This film, this is, I think, and this is going to be a very controversial take. This is my least favorite this is my least favorite Universal horror film by far. Because it's really not a horror film. It's a love story. It's a love story about two people finding love eternally, and that's really sweet. But again, like, it's not a horror, you know. It's not a, you know. The most horrifying thing in the film is Boris Karloff's makeup, because it's really good. Again, Jack Pierce, absolute legend in the film industry back in the day. But again, this is not a horror film, but it's that Egyptian thing again, which I was talking about in the Ghoul on yesterday, talking about the Ghoul, and I was telling you about kind of in like the 30s there was a resurgence of Egyptian stuff, because they just discovered a bunch of like tombs and shit like that. So it was kind of new. I saw a video there online, and like they said, like, people bought like tombs and they were unwrapping the mummies. Like, that was a thing back in the day, and like, so you had like these unwrapping parties. You know, this is kind of weird, kind of a weird kind of place, kind of time and place for that. But again, like, it has a good style, because again, it's Universal. Like, their style is kind of iconic at this point. But one of the things that I like about it is Boris Karloff gets to speak. I think that's kind of, well, yesterday he spoke in the Ghoul, but like before that, like in Frankenstein, in day 3, he didn't speak in that film, and like he'll only speak in like grunts, but like he'll only speak again when we get to Bride of Frankenstein, which is coming up, not tomorrow, but the next day after that. So again, it's kind of absurd. Like, he's such a big star, and yet, like, there's so many people who didn't know he actually spoke in any of his roles. Cause like, I think like there was a film that like him and Bela Lugosi was in, the Raven. Yeah, The Raven in 1930 something. And again, like, he was the two logging heads, because two of them didn't get along with each other, because one was significantly better than the other, and I can't say who it was. But again, like, you have to respect like older films, I think. So, like, looking back on this film, it's so weird that we have these old films now, because of the Universal like fire that happens, you know, all that stuff, and yet we still have like films from the 1930s, and they're really, really rare to have, you know. like one of the films I was going to talk about, but there's kind of no real reason for it. But I was going to talk about was London After Midnight, and there's really no reason because that film doesn't exist. But it's such an interesting kind of what if scenario of what if it kind of existed, like how would it look, what would it look like, you know. We have some screenshots there, but it's I don't, you know, I think that it's been way too long since that film came out that it's just gone to time. Like, it's really sad. I would actually love to see it, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. Or I'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't know. But again, getting back to The Mummy, you can see how I don't actually like this film. But again, it's very unexpected. A bit like tomorrow's monster movie, a bit like tomorrow's monster movie, where it's actually not a horror film. But that's a surprise for tomorrow. In the opening, which I think was really cool, they had like a model of the mummy, like the writing, like the titles were like on this like Egyptian like building, and you know, I thought it was really cool, and that must have took a lot of time. Again, like this film didn't really like no. This film wasn't the film I was expecting. I think the film that I was expecting is going to come up eventually on this, you know, in this month. I think that's gonna happen. But the first one it's iconic because of one image, and that image is with the Boris Karloff like staring like at the screen, and it's really intense. Like, I think that's kind of the image that's, you know, kind of synonymous with it. But again, like, if you're just looking for like an kind of a gothic romantic film, then yeah, watch this film, because it's really good on that scale. Yeah, you have to take it on its own terms and not think about, you know, oh, you like the mummy's gonna come back and he's gonna kill everybody and that's it. It's not like that. But I think like some sequels are gonna do that soon. But again, this film just wasn't for me. Although I enjoyed it, and that's kind of weird. I don't like what when I'm in the mood for a Universal horror film. I either go with Frankenstein, Dracula, or the Phantom of the Opera, and those are my three go-tos. After that, I go to, you know, if I want like a comedy thing, I go for either tomorrow's FM, which is The Invisible Man, or I go for The Bride of Frankenstein, which, you know, it's hilarious. It's really funny. The Wolfman's up there, and Creature from Black Lagoon, again, it's another one of my favourite creatures. But like this film isn't. It's not the first one that I say to people watch, because it's not. And don't get me started on the new one, because that's absolute dog shit. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.